Hello. Hello, hello. How is everyone today? I'm doing good. Today has been very cool and chilly in Miami, which I literally intended. I've been telling my friends that I'm gonna manifest for it to be cold in Miami. And just the other day, the temperature has been going down and down and down. And when I woke up a couple days ago, the temperature was like at 60, 65, 66. That may not sound that cold, but it's not really that cold for me either. But it's a good confirmation that it's working. Hello. The weather has been very fall in Miami, which is amazing because if you ever come to Miami during like the fall, quote unquote fall, it's always hot. Even in December, it's hot. So the fact that it's cooling down this early is amazing because we normally don't get winter or like the cold until spring. So that's a cool manifestation. Hello. I just love the cold. I'm such a cold person. Like I love cold weather, especially like with the spooky vibes. Um, okay, so today I wanted to finish or make this a part two to the video that I uploaded the other day, um, off of the questions that you guys asked me on my community tab. And we can fit a few more questions after I finish those. I don't have too much time today because I have a meeting to actually have two meetings to attend. Um, I really want to manifest for the second meeting I have today to be canceled because I kind of changed my mind on what I wanted as like a business proposal type thing. So I don't really want to go to that. So I'm going to actually, you guys are going to see me right now do it. So I'm going to visualize him messaging me that the meeting is canceled. Okay, done. Meeting's canceled. I just stepped into the version of myself that no longer has that meeting. I only have one meeting today, guys, but it's literally soon, so I still don't have that much time for the live, but I still wanted to get on here and answer your questions. Yes, I love canceling meetings. Sometimes I don't like to fill my days up with errands, if that makes sense. Okay, so the last question that I answered from my community tab was from Box Media. So the next person who asked something after him was Hannah. And she says, or they, thank you for your great work. What determines the length of time delay between inner manifestations and the outer manifestations? So the time it takes for someone to manifest a desire and for it to be pushed out into the 3D is different from person to person. This is going to depend solely on how quick you can step into the state of the wish fulfilled. Some people, it may take a couple days of affirming to step into that wish fulfilled for their mind to understand, oh, okay, got it. So we do have it. We're experiencing this desire already. As I don't know how long it's going to take someone to get to that state. For me personally, it's instant. Like I could do it right now. I can step into the state of the person who has whatever it is that I want to manifest. For me, it takes literally just a second. It was not always like this. It used to take me a few days of affirming for my brain to be saturated in the desire that I wanted, and then I would step into the state. And this only came with practice. Now, that depends on how much you affirm, what types of resistance you have towards whatever it is that you're manifesting. obviously the resistance would depend from person to person. If you're someone who grew up with no money, for example, you cannot really look at someone who grew up privileged and with money for manifestation times, because money has always been in their life. Their concept of money is something that comes to them quick. So obviously that person is going to have a better time or better chance of manifesting large sums of income than you have, because your story has always been money has not been so available to you. So the difference is solely depending on you. But um, to get this to happen much quicker, especially if you have resistance, I do recommend that you affirm more throughout the day. My technique, I don't really like calling a technique, but this is just like the way that I manifest when I was still the version of me that did not have this down packed, is I would manifest by affirming throughout my day. It wasn't so casually, it was more like I had to set time apart to affirm, because or else I would not get to it. And that helped me a lot to then transitioning into the version of me that does manifest by affirming casually. Now, whichever one you choose will work. It depends also which one will work better for other people, because some people like, and some people don't like the pressure of having to affirm and setting time out of their day to do this work. Some people like doing it casually. So I don't want to say that one is better than the other, because I don't know if by me telling you you have to affirm casually can bring you resistance. It just solely depends on your comfort with manifestation and what you like to do. But at the end of the day, whatever anyone recommends to you, everything will work, because you give everything meaning and everything happens through you. So if you say that every time you drink a glass of water, your manifestation comes 10 times faster, guess what? Now that has to be the case. So, yeah. Dina Suzanne Sammy says, I feel the fulfillment of the desire, and then the feeling of anxiety and fear return to me. How can I be in that fulfilled state and not go with the fears, because I feel that the feelings of my fears are greater than the desired fulfillment feelings? I have such an amazing answer for this, and you guys are gonna love it, because did you know that your feelings don't manifest? Your feelings do not manifest, your thoughts do. So every time I would get into like a very shitty, yucky feeling about whatever it is I was thinking about, I would literally tell myself, I can feel this way, but I'm still getting my manifestation. Because feelings don't manifest. The persistence in the thought of you having your desire is what will manifest. Understand that some people have a hard time manifesting when they get these negative feelings, because their mind goes to negative thoughts. You cannot allow your thoughts to be negative when you feel this way, because although you may not be able to control your feelings, some days you 100% certainly do have control over your thoughts. And just because you feel yucky and nasty does not mean your thoughts have to go there too. You are in full control. You choose to look at an outcome in a favorable story. You choose to persist in telling yourself that SP is yours. SP is constantly texting you. SP loves everything about you. You're choosing all this. Now, I don't want to speak about feelings, because your feelings can happen for various reasons. Maybe something happened in your day that like put you in a spiral or whatever. But just know that your feelings do not manifest, your thoughts do. So just tell yourself, I can feel these feelings, but I'm still getting my desire. Dear X says, if we react to the 3D, does that stop the manifestation or create more of it? So reacting to the 3D is not ideal, because like I was just saying, the more you persist in a thought of something, the more you create it. So when you react to the 3D, you're persisting in the reality that, or you're persisting in the reality of you not having the thing that you want. You're giving that attention. Where attention goes, energy flows. So it's best not to really react to 3D if you can, because you perpetuate more of that happening. And what I always say is there's no point in reacting to the 3D if you're now in the state of the person who has their desire. Because if I'm the version of me that has $1 million, why is a random bill in the mail gonna make me waver? The person that has $1 million doesn't have that issue. I literally just pay it and I go about my day. And that is what we aim to emulate when we are manifesting. Reacting here and there a few times a day, couple times a day, will not slow down your manifestation. It's what starts to slow it down is if you persist and persist and persist and react and react and react more than you tell the favorable story. Hold on, I want to see what you guys are saying. I'm gonna get to your questions, but I wanna answer the ones that were left on my community tab. Hello, hello. You guys are asking amazing questions. Okay. Okay. Let me get back to my community tab questions first. Hold on. Okay, who did I just... Okay. H. Bell. They asked, how to actually believe it before you can see it. You don't have to believe it. A lot of the success I've had with manifestation came from me not really believing my desires until it happened. I just kind of had the mentality of what can I lose by just affirming something repetitively? I have nothing to lose. The most that can happen is I get nothing, right? So I chose to affirm regardless of whatever the 3D was showing me, because I literally had nothing to lose. And I persisted in that and tried it and tried it and tried it. And I was consistent with doing this until it became a realization to me that I was actually doing it. So you don't have to believe your affirmations. You don't have to believe that you're gonna get it. All you have to do is believe that it can happen. Do you think that you can manifest $1,000? Surely you can, because you probably already have had $1,000. Do you believe you can manifest for your school to not open on Friday? Yeah, because I'm sure you probably had a situation in the past where you didn't go to school on a Friday, or school had to shut down for like a weather emergency or whatever. I hope that made sense. How to know your manifestation is close. So this is something that I always tell people. You know your manifestation is close because you decide that you have it now. Actually, you wouldn't even be asking that if you stepped into the version of you that already has it. So for example, if I'm manifesting a car, I just say to myself, the car is mine. The car is literally right outside my house. It's in my driveway. I love the color. The interior is amazing. I don't have to ask when it's coming. I don't have to ask how's it gonna happen, because it's literally mine. It's right outside. And you live in this state until it materializes. The thing that we aim to do is emulate the person who already has the desire. What do their days look like? Do you think their days are full of questioning and asking and doubting about where the desire is? No, because it's in their possession. It'd be kind of odd for me to literally be calling someone on the phone and ask them, where is my phone? I wonder where my phone is. Have you seen my phone? You were over at my house a couple days ago. I don't know. Have you seen my phone? I don't know where I placed my phone, and I'm literally using that phone to call the person and ask them for their advice. That is a mentality I want you guys to keep in mind when you are manifesting something. Okay, and then this was the last one on my community tab from Mercute. Mercute. Some coach says that nonstop affirming is what you want to go for if you want to impress your subconscious mind, but others says it creates more resistance and pushes your manifestation more far. What is the truth? There's really not one cookie cutter way of telling you what works best. It's just something you're gonna have to try. Now, the truth in what you're saying is yes, the more you affirm and repeat that you have a desire, the more your brain gets used to what you're telling it and creates that um, desire to be pushed out into the 3D much quicker. But for some people, they work better by affirming casually and not so like strict, like 5 minutes every hour on the hour could cause them anxiety. But some people work better by literally just affirming a couple minutes, letting it go. Repetition is the way the brain learns in general. So the more you say something and the more you repeat and affirm, yeah, it's going to be impressed into your subconscious more. But sometimes that's not the easiest thing to say to someone because that repetition for so long in a day could probably cause them more resistance. So it's all trial and error. Try out to see what it is that you're comfortable doing and just work with that way. And I've always had more success making manifestation work in a way that's not so like popular than what other people are doing. And that's just my perception. I think manifestation is a very personal like journey. You find your own thing that works and you keep doing it that way because not everyone is the same way, you know? But yeah, that was the last one on my community tab. Now let me go to your questions that I am getting on here. I have a very random question. Do you guys like pumpkin flavored things? I have a friend who despises pumpkin anything, which I don't know how you can hate pumpkin. I am going. Oh, I'm reading off my phone, by the way. Katerina, what's the average temperature in Miami during Christmas? Well, before I intended it to be cold, Miami would be in like the high 70s, 80s, around there. Could you please describe more affirming? I mean, is it really just thinking a thought or you need to add something more? Things? No, affirming is just literally repeating an affirmation as if it has already happened. At least that's what I do. So if I'm trying to manifest $20,000, I go about my day saying things like, I'm so happy I manifested $20,000. Wow, $20,000 really came to me so fast. I don't have to worry about any of my bills this month because now they're covered because I just got $20,000. And I just go on throughout my day very casually, affirming and affirming and affirming. Now, me personally, I told you guys before that my brain, when I say something or when I speak, it will automatically make a picture or like a visualization. That's just the way I think. Like I cannot just say strawberry and not visualize a strawberry. Some people can say words and pictures don't come up in their minds. I don't know how that's possible because I've always grown up in my life. Whenever I say something, my brain just automatically makes a visual for it. I visualize and I affirm at the same time. Now, to manifest, I do like using visualization. I think it's just fun. It takes the seriousness away from whatever it is that I'm manifesting because I can literally see a situation happen how I want it to happen, and it's very lighthearted for me. So that's all it is. Just say whatever it is that you want as if it has already happened, and you persist in that. And no matter what the 3D shows you, you tell yourself, this has nothing to do with me because I am the version that has my desire. My SP is not texting me fast enough. My SP is not wanting to hang out with me. Guess what? That doesn't affect me because I'm the version of me that has the SP that's constantly texting them, that has the SP constantly wanting to come out with me and go anywhere I want to go. My SP is having constant communication with me. I'm not worried about this 3D because this has nothing to do with me. I'm living in my head, my 4D, the version of me that everything that I want is happening. And you just stay there until it happens. Okay. Dina, could it be self-concept of beauty? If it is bad, then that is a problem in the manifesting of goals, such as because I do not see myself as beautiful enough, so I do not deserve this. I work on the concept of beauty more in my time. I say self-confidence, affirmations, but I get the feeling that the cause of my problems is my poor self-concept of beauty. I want your opinion on what I need to work on. So if beauty is the issue that you think is the underlying factor as to why you cannot manifest the things you want, then 100% do affirmations to target your self-concept. And what's so interesting about this that you say is a lot of people don't know what their problem is as to why they can't manifest. At least you know, you have an idea of what it is that you have to work on. And so this makes the process a lot easier and you not having to guess and make up a whole bunch of affirmations for things that you may not need. So you said, you talked about self-concept and your beauty. Definitely put a lot of the attention back onto yourself. Start telling yourself that you're amazing, you're gorgeous. People are always complimenting you. Every time you go in front of a mirror, you just shock yourself because of how beautiful and amazing and gorgeous you are. You radiate so much beauty and light that people are just so attracted to you. People cannot stop staring at you in a good way because they just admire how gorgeous you look, and every time you go outside you always get complimented. This is what you want to rampage on until this is fixed in your subconscious. Okay. Sina, I try to manifest several coworkers away. The problem is I work with these idiots all the time. Do you have any tips for this dilemma? Thank you so very much. Yes. So this is how I would go about manifesting coworkers away. If they weren't there, okay, let's just pretend that they're not there where you work. Would you go into work aggravated? Would you be going into work sighing that, ugh, I'm gonna have to see so and so again? No, you wouldn't, because you'd be relieved that those people now no longer work there. You wouldn't be thinking, man, I avoid going on my lunch breaks because every time I do, they're always here and they're always looking at me, whatever. You wouldn't be thinking those thoughts because the version of you that worked in a place that those people no longer work at doesn't affect you. So you just emulate that new version and go into work as if they're not even there. Pretend if you have to acknowledge them, do so just to get the work done. But outside of that, pretend they're not even there. Pretend that they don't even exist in your world because you make all the rules. Pretend that they're already gone. And the faster you get into this state of already acting as if it has already happened, now the 3D has no choice but to make it happen. And that's it. Rosary. Recently, I had a medical emergency and my parents had to pay a huge bill for it. I feel guilty for taking the money since they're not doing well financially. How can I manifest to pay them back? So you can do a visualization, or you can affirm that your parents just received a large sum of money from an unexpected source, which is something I do all the time. Affirm that if they have a business, their business is booming. They're getting so much clientele. They're getting so much work. The money that they paid for your emergency didn't even phase them. Money is constantly pouring into their life, their pockets, their wallets. They have such an abundance of wealth and money that they didn't even bat an eye. The reason why they did that was because they love you and they want to keep you safe. But don't think of it as, the money is something that they're worrying about, because now in this reality, they have tons of it. And you just persist in that same affirmation. See them with all this money, see them, even if you don't believe it. That's the thing, you're not going to believe it at first, but the trick is to continue to persist in it, persist in the new story until it happens. I've had tons of manifestations where even before I believed it happened. So the reason why we affirm so much is to make that belief stick to our subconscious. Because a lot of the times people will want to manifest, for example, like SP or money, but they have a very bad self-concept when it comes to love or money. So what ends up happening is you manifest the money. The manifestation is not the point here. You're going to get your manifestation because that's a given. What you affirm and persist in, you will have. That's not even the problem here. The issue comes when you receive your manifestation. Can you keep it? Can you sustain this manifestation through your beliefs? And that is what we aim to work at, because there's no point in you manifesting $1 million and you still have a very bad self-concept when it comes to money, because then you know what's going to happen. You're going to be put in a situation where all that money is lost. You'll either have to pay random bills, pay all these people, money gets stolen. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, the manifestation is not what we're aiming to get. We're aiming to change ourselves on the inside, be someone new who experiences the things that we want, who adopts these beliefs as something truthful. Okay. Do you think the food we eat affects our moods, or is this purely placebo? For example, when people say low vibration foods, me personally, I don't believe that food can affect our moods, regardless of what science has said. I've read so many books on how self-sufficient and healing our bodies can be. Our bodies are very intelligent. It knows exactly what to do to fix whatever issue we have going on. Now, I am just gonna say that this is just my opinion. I'm not allowed to give medical advice, but this is what I believe, and you don't have to take what I'm saying as truth. But I don't think it's the food that makes people gain weight, or I don't think it's the food that makes people become unhealthy. It's the way you see food and the way you feel when you eat this food that determines the outcome on the body. If you think that by you eating a bunch of pizza and junk food, you're gonna gain cholesterol and you're gonna gain weight and you're gonna be obese, that's the command that you're giving your body. That's the command that it now has to follow, because whatever we say goes. I've had tons of experience with losing weight and not changing my diet whatsoever. And I still lost 70 pounds. Once I started to get really into law of assumption, I didn't change my diet. I barely exercised. I was healthier than I've ever been, and I lost 70 pounds. All through just changing my thoughts and changing the way I viewed what food was doing to me. Now, that's just a personal success story. Take that with a grain of salt if you like. That's just my experience. Okay. Thank you for doing live and putting out content to help change their life. You are so welcome. I love doing this work. This work is so fulfilling to me. Like, I love seeing people win. I love seeing people just advance in life because they're changing their mindsets, because they're changing the way they perceive the world. This work is so much more fulfilling to me than working at a grocery store or working for someone else. Not that there is anything wrong with that. I never judge people for the work that they do, but for me personally, that that path was never something that was for me. Nothing wrong with for those who do it. It's just for me that was not something I saw for myself. So, thank you. How do I effectively regulate my nervous system? So, a few ways you can do regulation of the nervous system is, I know a lot of people like to do the tapping. I don't do the tapping too much, and please look at a video to get better instructions. But what I've seen people do is during like a spiral session, their minds are going 100 miles an hour, spiraling on a negative situation. People will just tap on, what is it called? What does that stand for? EMT tapping, I think it's called. If you guys know, you guys probably know more than me. EFT tapping. Yeah, people will tap. Yeah, EFT tapping. People will tap on these points in their bodies to start to basically redirect the energy and stop that spiral. For me, what works so amazing and that I just love is I love box breathing. And that's basically when you inhale at a 4 count, hold 4 count, release 4 count. And you do that twice. It's called box breathing. Now, you could do it, you could keep doing it for as long as you want. Typically, if back then when I was going through a spiral, I would do that for about a minute. And that would soothe me and calm me down so much. Another way people can regulate their nervous system is by ice baths. So you could do like putting your face in ice water. I know that helps a lot. A lot of people talk about the benefits in like cold showers and things like that. And I've personally done it, and it's very soothing and relaxing, which is a state that you want to be in when you want to stop any types of spiral. But those are some of the few that I do. Hold on. Low. Yes, pumpkin things to me are so like delicious. I don't know, they get me in like the festive mood. You don't like pumpkin? Okay, cool. I know someone who doesn't like pumpkin. Was manifesting for SP and they just posted with third party. Was not expecting that. Any suggestions? So you just saw your SP post with the third party. Guess what? It doesn't matter because you're in the version of you that does have your SP. So this 3D that you're seeing has nothing to do with you. Because it's a good thing that you're now in the reality that you're with your SP. I used to always tell people, I used to get bills in the mail all the time when I used to be, I don't like to say the B word, but low income. I used to get a lot of bills in the mail. And a lot of my friends would literally see me open the bill and tell myself, well, it's a good thing I'm a multimillionaire. This is not a problem. When I was opening up these bills, and my reality shifted to a more abundant life. Also, my other suggestion would be, if you don't have to pay attention to the 3D, don't do it. Avoid triggers as much as possible because they don't really do anything for us, and all they do is make a spiral, and why would you want to be living like that, you know? If you can, until it manifests in your reality, maybe unfriend them. Maybe don't pay attention to their social media. You know? That's just a suggestion. I think when you don't have triggers right in your face, it's a lot easier to go about your days and affirm and manifest much easier. Um, yeah. Wait, I lost my. Okay, I found it. I like someone at work. I started feeling like they like someone we work with who is also close friends of mine. I feel like I created this and I'm feeling a little crazy and it's lowering my self esteem. Um, okay, so one thing, there is no competition in your reality if you say there isn't. So he's madly in love with you because you say so. Step into the version who this is not a problem. And what is that person doing that the current you is not doing? Well, the version of you who has this person, they're not worried that your SP may be working around this other girl, this other person, because it doesn't mean nothing. They're probably just working together just to get the job done for the sake of work. Don't give it any meaning. I know our brains are meaning making machines. Just make it mean that it's just work. It's simply platonic. It doesn't mean anything. He's not interested in her. He's infatuated with you. The reason he may not be talking to you as much is because he's literally so obsessed with you that he's scared to say the wrong things. Just make it mean that and persist in these assumptions until it happens. Be the version of you who's not bothered, who's not disturbed by seeing whatever is happening in the 3D. Because guess what? It's a good thing that now you have your SP and you're not worried about what he's doing with someone else. Because in your reality, in the new one, in the 4D, you have him and he's yours and he does whatever it is that you want him to do. So whatever you see in the 3D doesn't matter. Okay, guys, I'm going to answer like 2 more questions and I'm off to my meeting. Hold on. Um, if I'm not seeing results for months for money, should I give up? No, I don't think you should give up if you're not seeing results. I think you should just persist. It just hasn't become a belief yet that your manifestation is yours, but that doesn't mean you should give up. Also, I would go back to the drawing board. What is it that you feel for money? How do you see money every day? How do you react when you spend money? How do you feel when money comes to you? These are the questions that you should be asking so you can get a better understanding of the things that you should be affirming for. If money is like, you have a lot of limiting beliefs with money, Start to affirm things like money is abundant in my life. I'm the wealthiest person in my state. I like how money is so attracted to me. Money is always finding me in the most amazing and odd places. Everywhere I go, money flows to me. And you just persist in this assumption. Remember, an assumption is something you think without having any proof. So just assume that you're wealthy right now. And you just persist in that outcome. Persist in telling yourself this. Because I can guarantee by you reverting back to your old mindset, you only give your your old thoughts more fuel as to why you can't have more money. So that's not good. So it's better that you continue to persist to change it and eventually get your desire than to stop altogether and get nothing, you know? Okay. I'm trying to find. Yes, I love the ordinary toner. I'm literally like on my seventh bottle. I love that. What whoever made that, the ordinary toner that has my skin this amazing, well, I should say it's that and my thoughts, needs like, I don't know, chemist of the year or something, because that thing is truly magical. What were your affirmations for weight loss, and how did you change your thoughts on food? Get into your mindset is the goal. I have always struggled with our relationship with food and body. Okay, so my affirmations for weight loss when I was losing all the weight that I lost, the 70 pounds, were my body is slimming down so much. Every time I eat anything, I'm losing weight. Every time I drink something, I'm losing weight. My body has a fast metabolism. I'm so happy that I now weigh, and then you just put whatever weight you want to be at. My body is toning itself. My arms are toned. My stomach is toned, which literally is what happened. Um, what else did I use? Um, Even when I was eating junk food, I would tell myself, even though I'm eating this, I'm still losing weight. Even though this is going into my mouth, this is still making me lose weight. And I just persisted in those thoughts continuously until, oh, and then something else I would not do is I would not um, weigh myself, because that is like a trigger sometimes for people. So if that is a trigger for you, it'd be in your best interest to not check the 3D all the time for your weight. And I just persisted in it. Obviously, I wasn't eating like, I wasn't overindulging in things that I shouldn't. Not because I didn't want to, but it was like, I'm not someone that overindulges for no reason. But in the times that I wouldn't feel bad. I wouldn't make myself feel terrible about it. So I just affirmed every time I was eating whatever it is I wanted that I'm still losing weight eating this. And I just persisted. Okay. Um Okay, this will be the last one for sure. Hairline is receding. Male pattern baldness. It's been getting worse. Any tips to reverse the hair loss? Okay, so the first thing you're gonna want to do is no longer repeat that. Don't ever say that your hairline is receding. From now on, you grow so much hair. Your hairline is restored back to what it once was. People love your hairline. It sprouts like weeds. Your hairline is full. You have a full head of hair. Your hair is just, your genes are the type of genes that will not allow you to go bald. And you just assume this. You just continue to assume this. And maybe visualize like your hair back to what you want it to look like. And you just consistently affirm that baldness does not run in your family. It may be for other people, but it skipped you. You have a full head of hair, your hair grows easy, you have your hairline intact, and that's it. You just persist in these assumptions. And then the more you say it, your subconscious will actually start to believe it and start making it happen. And that's it. All right, guys, I am so sorry I have to cut this short, but I need to get to this meeting. I might be late, but I'm going to affirm that it doesn't matter. I hope you guys had an amazing day. You gained some clarity on this live. If you have any more questions, please leave them down below. I'm going to try to answer them. I'm still doing one-on-one coaching. If you guys are interested, email me at conjuredrealm@gmail.com. Coaching is still available, and I will respond. Give me like a day or two to respond. If I don't respond, it doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. It's just I have a lot of emails. But please reach out if you need help. All right, guys, have a good day.